Hello, I'm Colm O'Regan, and welcome to the second part of my short, very, very short, history of capitalism, USA. You may have guessed by now that I'm not that good at reading economic history books, but I'm good at reading tourist guidebooks. That's why I'm here in the High Line. It's a former railway line here on the western side of Manhattan. You see, we needed a shot of railway tracks because in this episode we're talking about 19th century capitalism USA, in particular the expansion of the railways from coast to coast, which in turn fueled a huge industrial expansion in the United States.
The Gilded Age runs roughly from 1865 to about 1900. The principal industries defining Gilded Age expansion were the railways, steel, and fossil fuels.
By 1900, the United States has a larger economy than Great Britain, France, and Germany combined, sort of engine of massive expansion.
Well, in the way that capitalism develops in the American Gilded Age after the Civil War, immigration plays a crucial role. You have ultimately millions around the turn of the century from all corners of the globe coming to the United States to try to seek a better life.
And the Irish were among the people who immigrated in their millions to America over the years. Yes, we're here on St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to watch the parade to see if there's any Irish left. Looks like there are. This is brilliant fun. Marching down the middle of Fifth Avenue. I don't really care about capitalism, American or otherwise at this stage. This is just nationalism. It's great crack. But for many immigrants, it wasn't going to be plain sailing. The rich got richer, but the poor, well, they tended to stay poor.
Inequality absolutely defines the Gilded Age. John D. Rockefeller, as of 1892, had a personal fortune equal to 5% of the national GDP. There is no personal income tax. Someone like John D. Rockefeller can be earning as much money as he wants without the pressure of even the slightest bit of personal income tax.
It's the first time that America is becoming shockingly like Europe, which is seen as a gigantic catastrophe, that class has arrived on American shores, and that this has somehow betrayed the tradition that's been handed down to us by Jefferson and Adams and the rest of the founding fathers. The arrival of a financial aristocracy, that the Rockefellers were in some way had assumed the power of this financial monarchy.
The New York Stock Exchange was opened in 1903, and isn't it an impressive building? You can tell what people thought about capitalism at the time. The facade includes 11 carved figures. The centerpiece is called Integrity, protecting the works of man. Well, some men anyway. If I was building it now, I think I'd put in a few different symbols. Those of us, or rather those of you who have studied economic history in some detail, will see the parallels between that earlier Gilded Age and today's world.
After the financial crisis in 2008, the parallel that seems to come out much more readily is between now and the Gilded Age. Income inequality in the United States and across much of the world has returned to a level not last seen since the Gilded Age.
So, are we entering a new Gilded Age, as the wealth of the global 1% grows in stark contrast with the economic facts of life for everyone else?